Just kidding, camera tricks, I'm totally fine. I did not fall or rappel down. But if you are worried about that sort of thing happening where you might get knocked over backwards and fall out of your harness, I'll show you a very cheap, quick, easy way to make a chest harness. Back up top. There's a couple of things to think about first. And first is you want to make sure that your hip belt here and waist belt is above your hips, right? So you want the points of your hips, like where you would put the waist belt on a backpack. So find the points of your hips, put your harness above that so that if you flip, it can't slip past that. If you get below the points of your hips, your harness could slip all the way down your legs, and you may have seen videos of those in other places. Now, it's unlikely that that would happen, that it would slip off, but you just want to be sure about it, especially if you're starting off and you're just not sure. It doesn't hurt to have an extra precaution that makes you feel a little better. The other reason that you might put on a shoulder harness is because if you can't find your hip bones, if you can't tighten this thing all the way, right? We're all built a little different, and if you can't get in there to really secure it, then you might want to think about that harness. Also, if you have some really big bulky clothing on and again can't tighten it, then that's another potential place that you might want to use one. Now, if you decide to make your chest harness, what I suggest is getting 2 of these sewn loops, and I put the sewn part next to each other, kind of at one end. You put one loop over the other, and then reach through and pull that up. And you're essentially making what's like a square knot here. What I do is I hold the part of this that's away from the sewn, and I put it on like a jacket, so that sewn part is back here and not in the way where I'm clipping. Now you can see this is a little short, and if you're using these specifically for a chest harness, I would get them a little longer so that you can clip them down here on your belay loop. For this, I have this because I have an ascender that I have clipped in here before, and this just keeps that ascender pulling up, and so I specifically wanted them this length. However, if I need to use this in a pinch as a chest harness, I can loop a smaller sewn loop through here and then clip this on to my belay loop. And now, again, when I'm holding here, you can see this starts to tighten up, and I can't physically slide up. It's just going to catch me. So just something to keep in mind if you or someone you're with needs that extra protection or safety or comfort, then this is a good option. If you would like more of this stuff to build your fun, ability, and confidence through attainable adventure outdoors and expanding what adventures are possible for yourself, then consider joining now by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. A good place to start is to check out the playlist up here about rappelling and knots.